Hi everyone, I'm excited to share with you a project that I will be working on today. I will be transforming these two vases to have a different color and texture. They're both going to be going in my living room, and I do want them to have a different color that will match the items that I already have, along with some flowers and other decorations that I picked out for both of these, and will be a nice accent to the living room. How I'm going to be doing this today: I will be using two items. I will be using just regular baking soda, so I got some generic baking soda, and then I'm going to be mixing this with paint. I did get two colors for acrylic paint. I got a black and a gray, so when I mix them, we're going to get more of a dark gray sort of color to match the items a little bit more and make these two bases be something a little bit nicer. Another reason for making that change is because at the moment, I really like the base. It is a really nice shape, and I'm able to put something here in the center, maybe like a ribbon or some type of bow that would give it a really nice pop to the entire base and the entire piece. But at the moment, if we take a look, it's very see-through. Anything that we put inside of it would be see-through. For example, if I grab this piece of decoration and I put it inside, we are now more focused on the see-throughness of it than really what's over here. Now that we change this into a ceramic texture and color, this would be hidden, and we will be able to really focus on what's on top along with any accent that we put in the center, and it would really make the space look very different than focusing on the see-throughness of the base at the moment. So let's get started. Now it's time for us to add the baking soda into our mix. Continue to add baking soda until your mix is a little bit thicker. Although it's pretty easy to wash the acrylic paint off your hands, it's a good idea to wear some gloves. As you can see now, this has actually turned out into a much larger project than we initially had planned to have, which is actually really nice, and I really like it. I do love the texture that we now have on these two bases that we had for the living room, in addition to the ones that I added along the way of our project. A couple reasons why. At the very beginning of our project, I was a bit concerned not having enough paint and not having enough of that same tone of gray and black. I was just adding them together as we went along to get that nice gray color that I was looking for, something more on the dark gray side. If I needed more paint and I had to mix more, what if it wasn't the same color, right? So I did add a little bit more than I needed just to be sure and be on the safe side of having enough paint. I did have plenty of paint, so now I was able to include these 3 extra projects that are going to be in a different part of my home, but they needed transformation and might as well have the same tone as these ones to match. I'm now excited though to share with you how we are going to fully complete this project and what we're going to add to these 2 bases that will go in the living room. I did mention having something here in the center that would be a very nice accent, maybe a bow or a ribbon, and something here on the top, which could be some flowers or some other kind of arrangement. So it really makes the entire piece something really, really nice and a very nice addition in the living room. So let's get started. A couple of different things that I'm going to be using to fully complete our project is ribbon. I did get this ribbon to be wire edge. I really love ribbons that are wire edge for any time you want to add a bow or any nice addition to pretty much anything. I used some of this ribbon for a Christmas tree decoration and it turned out really nice because the wire edge automatically gives that nice fluff to any kind of thing you create with it. On this project, we are going to include a little section here that is going to have a bow. That way the wire edge is automatically going to make that bow nice and fluffy, and that way we complete the project pretty much immediately once we have that wire edge that doesn't require anything that would make that bow stand up a little bit more. Sometimes if you don't have that wire edge, it does kind of make the bow fall down a little bit, so I do like the wire edge as it automatically gives it a nice fluffy look, and we would be done actually pretty quickly. The other thing I'm going to be using are these flower arrangements. They are the dry flower arrangements. That way we can keep them in here for as long as we want. I am going to use 2 of them just so we can have a nice fluffy and nice full base along with this ribbon and be able to have a fully completed piece and ready to put in any place of our home once we complete our project. So let's get started with finishing what we already have. Now that our base and ribbon is done, I remove both of the arrangements out of the bag and rip the rubber bands. I do have 2 of them just so we can have a more full base. You can definitely just use 1, or if you want to use real flowers, that's definitely an option. That would look super cute. I probably will do that with the other bases. I am going to include them here though, so let me add 1. Let's see how this looks. Maybe add a second one, a little bit rearranged so we can see that section. Probably split it in 2 so we can have this one's in the back and this one's in the front. So let's make that change here. I'm excited to share with you how our project turned out. We have a very different vase from what we started with in the very beginning. It is no longer glass and it is no longer see-through, right? It looks very much like a ceramic base, and we can actually focus on the additions we included, such as this little accent with the bow in the center and the things we added inside. And it's no longer a busy base because we can't see through it, and we can actually focus on the very nice texture that we were able to accomplish by adding that mixture of baking soda and paint. I hope you really like this project, and let me know if you have any questions or if you also give it a try. Thank you for watching.